fancy intro music. Yeah! Woo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And there was an update to your game here yesterday that you probably didn't really know about because they didn't announce it in the news station. They only really announced it on Discord. So I wanted to talk to you about what it entailed and some of the things that transpired in it. Now, real quick, before we get into this too much, I do want to go ahead and remind you, if you have not already, please join the Discord. I've been pushing a lot more lately because I've been trying to actually be better myself at using it. So I encourage you all to come join me in the Discord, where you can find not only helpful tips for this game, but for other games that we play like Dead by Daylight, Stream Raiders, and just overall good fun, as well as updates on the servers that are currently merging, which, if you weren't aware, there are 6 servers merging right now. 172 and 173 merging together. 174, 175 merging together. 189 and 200. Shout out to 189, which I used to play on, merging together. And then 58 and 59. So you got 2 EU servers, 1 APAC server, 1 US based server merging together. And that's just the kind of information we'll try to throw in on there. And there's also some good stuff in this update that we should discuss. And the biggest thing is the graphical overhaul that we've had come through. And you can notice this on tablets, phones, PCs. And we'll just pull it up here. One, I want to show you what it looks like just here. Like, I've got my current settings here at the lowest for Star Trek Fleet Command. And what I mean by that is there's now manual graphic settings you can set. So if maybe you have an older phone, turn down the graphics a little bit, help with the battery drain, help with maybe a little bit of the, maybe some of your lag at times. Or just, if you've got a nicer phone, like I've got a S21, so a newer phone, crank those bad boys up to the max. Or on my PC, which is the PC version, crank those bad boys up to the max and see how it looks. I want to show you, like, it's little details. It's not that's gonna be like just game breakingly amazing. Like, look here at the station and look at little things like the smaller details, the finer stuff. So like, look at the Enterprise right behind you. See how like the edges of the saucer section seem kind of a little frayed and kind of boxy and stuff like that. Just look at the small details of how it shifts when you pull. And then let's go back and do like a system view. And just see how it feels kind of blocky and rough around the edges, things like that. Well, that's because, one, our frame rate is set real low. Our anti-aliasing is kind of turned off. And if we can go into our graphic settings, you now see all these different things that we can turn on. So if I was to go and turn on FPS 60, the uncapped doesn't even make any sense. FPS 60 would be perfectly fine. Turn on my anti-aliasing, get my shadows on, enable all this, put my shadow resolution on very high, and then I come back into that same game. You'll notice just how things feel and move smoother. You look at you look at ships on nodes. Look at just the node itself. Look how more vibrant and crisp it is compared to what it was before. And if we take a look at inside of our dock, let's scroll back over here. You can notice the movement of your game is better. You notice the edge of that saucer of the Enterprise is no longer kind of blocky and sketchy. It's all perfectly rounded out, and it has that form where it feels more three-dimensional. And that's just some of the graphic updates that you can, now activate, whether you're on your phone or PC, that really give the game a better feel. It takes it from just a, probably good-looking game to a next level in terms of just, like I said, that three-dimensional feel, like you're in this system or like you're in the station. The way that it flows feels more natural and fluid. And I honestly think it leads to a better game experience. And it might sound dramatic to be like, well, how can a graphic update really do that? But it really does help improve the game in several ways. Not just because I'm repeating the same words over and over, but really, let's take a look at like my Devore on a node. And the Devore, something that doesn't get utilized enough, and probably should get utilized more by all of you out there who are currently watching. But let's take a look at it as it goes throughout space, and just the detail you can pick up from it as you follow through on the ship, which, by the way, Scopely, still needs you to fix the ship skins for like the Enterprise D, the 5 stars. But just in general, as we watch this bad boy pretty go through, I could have just done that the entire time. You get a lot more detail in the screen and in the movement, and you don't have that blocky texture that would appear sometimes on your phone or your tablet. And then as it's just sitting here, it looks like a better quality rendering, and that's because we have our settings turned up. The higher frames allows us to transition in the game quicker and better, and it be more fluid. And then just everything turned up to where we don't have those blocky edges as much is real nice. Now, as you can expect, it hasn't been perfect, because if you go look up in the water here in the background, this doesn't look that great. I mean, me and Ripper were talking about this as we were going through a meeting yesterday that, yeah, these could probably use a little bit of love. This underwater portal not looking as crisp and clean as it could. But there's also more that came in this, where you got a UI update to your Refinery tab, which I actually freaking love. You click the Refinery tab now with the new update, and you've got this panel on the left side. Now, Ripper wants there to be multiple panels and drop menus, but I really like this one panel layered out. Also leaves room to add new panels here. You see right behind me for anything else that gets added to the game. And instead of having to scroll through the bottom and drag and drop, now it's just here, one click, one swap over to what we need to pull. Hey, I need to go pull 1-star Isogen. I'll do that right now and get 16.5 thousand ISO emulsion. Definitely can always be using that. Come in here, do a full chest pull. Oh man, got to do some 2-star today, but this is why we love having that Meridian skin, because I just got 11,000 more ISO. Then just come down to this one. We'll do the second pull, and then bam, 4,000 more ISO. And even the pop-up menus feel like they're coming through smoother. So I don't know why there wasn't a news update in the channel to say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is why it's amazing. This is exactly what's happened. Also, Amalgam. Get my 2 plunder tokens here. And then also, come on, give me a good pull. Please, 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 please. The lowest possible Amalgam Refinery token option. Thank you, as always, Scopely, for being so supportive in my endeavors to push your game. Talking about your nice update and give me that bull hockey. All right, let me go ahead and finish this. But anyway, this is a new update that if you have not downloaded the new one, because it wasn't like big announced, this is kind of what we're looking for here and going through here. And the Refinery update, the overall graphic update that you can select. And like I said, if you're not seeing better performance, or maybe you're feeling like things to get worse, you can always drag all this back down, disable everything, turn your shadows off, low on there. And then when you come back through, you'll notice changes in the game. And we'll come through here and just, you're back to your blocky textures, and things aren't as smooth in the movement of everything because the frames are now lower. But either way, it should be beneficial to your game, and hopefully it is. There's also a couple fixes that came with this patch that you want to download if you've experienced them. Number one, there was the Syndicate icon overlap. So up at the top, we always want to go collect our Syndicate. And yes, I did ask them about moving this. Not necessarily going to happen, but maybe. We did put that feedback in. The UI assets in general getting better on iOS, because I know there's been a big issue with iOS devices. iPhone users, iPads have noticed some struggles with lag and with graphics for a while. This is supposed to help that. Then you have the Refinery event. The green ready button turns yellow in the collapsible menu for the extra researcher and builder, which is just a random kind of like quality of life thing. And then the Alliance chest rewards that were appearing as 0 now should all show the names of the people who purchased them. So like shout out to Cold Dish Doctor and Jeepers and Obi-Wan Jedi Master, who have been buying stuff apparently for my Alliance. So shout out to those. Now you no longer have that little bracket 0 that was a problem, and that all got fixed. Now there's still another patch coming to the game. Don't think that this is like the only patch, and that means we're not getting a new arc. You are getting a new arc. You are getting new content coming. If you're worried about that, this means, hey, we're not getting new content. No, this was simply another patch meant to fix things and introduce new things to the game, which is nice. So instead of just getting that once a month update, we're getting an extra one here, which feels, yay, maybe they care. Now, if they would only add a free-to-play patch of the Amalgam into the game, like they said and told the content creators they would be doing and announcing, that would be fantastic. Can we work on that? Good Scopely overlords, the wonderful people at Star Trek Fleet Command, can y'all please, add that? And if you do, maybe I'll like your video. But until then, like Rev's video. Rev, see that video right there? Explaining what the update was because the game didn't. I guess that's what I'm here for. Breaking news. Rev Deuce over here, breaking news. Yeah, great. One more time, if you haven't already, go and check this out. It is our Discord link. I encourage you to visit it, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. Hopefully this video helped you get a little bit up to date on what's going on. Don't forget, we are live on Twitch tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So deuces, that's me. I'm out. Can't wait to answer all your questions in the comments. And yeah, we're out here. I'm just gonna click the button and roll out. Roll out.
An even better outro than the intro.
This is me talking
for the Empire and
during the outro. Is this good?
To your house.
Do y'all like when I talk during the outro? This is great. Special information at the end of this outro. If you waited this long to hear this video, maybe you get a special hint coming up. How about this? How about I'm not going to tell you directly what a hint is, but something I said in this video is a hint. Can you figure out what it is? Comment in the comment section below if you figure what out the hint is. The hint is in this video, though. There's a hint for the upcoming arc in this video. I can't repeat it loud enough. There's a hint for the upcoming arc in this video, but you only know this if you listened to the very end of the video. Did you? I hope so.